she's going to tell us why she thinks she deserves to be paid like men. So before we get into this video, I want to say thank you to all of you who've been supporting the channel so far. Right now we are at 100 subscribers, and I want to say thank you to those of you who've been subscribed to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. So our next goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers. So let's make it happen. Now let's get into the video.
The issue in this country right now is we live in different realities.
That's right.
I live in a reality where I know I do not have the same opportunity as you. I know I don't.
And you know
and
that
I know
too.
Westcott.
And you know that.
Let me just tell you about me.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I want to answer this.
I'm not talking about how you feel. I'm talking about how I feel. Me, a black woman in this country.
But not in this city.
And I will run. And if you want,
I'm a New Yorker, not in this city. You cannot say that. You can't say that in this city.
I'm not talking about New York. I'm talking about actually right here.
How can we have a normal conversation when we're talking over each other? This is unacceptable. But let's see what she has to say, because we're not talking about anything else but me. It's all about me.
Yeah, boy.
I got a law degree, a master's, and 2 bachelors. Probably more education than all of y'all added up together at this table,
Fine
right?
by me.
And I have always been the least paid person on payroll at every institution I have worked in. And it's not
Even
because...
in the White House?
Even in the White House.
Well, whose fault is that? I don't think you worked for George W. or Trump.
Well, guess wasn't what happened when I was there. DEI.
This is just crazy. So basically, she thinks because she has all those degrees, she deserves to get paid, all right? So I am happy she has all those degrees. You're good for her, right? But the problem is, just because you have all these degrees doesn't mean that you're a smart person. You can have all those degrees and then you're still dumb. So like she said, she might be the smartest one in there. So a person that really knows stuff, a person that really smart, he or she doesn't have to tell you, I am the smartest person. Just by the person action, you can tell this person is a smart person. But let's see what else she has to say.
Scott.
I'm head Scott.
Look,
You're my friend. I respect you tremendously. I think you're probably the smartest operative in the Democratic Party, and they should listen to you more. That's number one. Number two, you and I share a comparable background. We're both from the Midwest. We both come from middle-class families, lower middle-class families maybe. I actually think we share a lot of similarities in our journey. But I think you made it, and you are the most respected voice often at every room or every table you're in, not because of anything other than your talent and your work ethic. And that's all anybody ever is asking for, is for people with talent and work ethic to make it. And that's what I see in you. That's how I see you.
But let me tell you something about my story and my family story, is that we have faced discrimination. I have faced discrimination. I just said I was the least paid person, even in this moment sometimes, to my counterparts. It is just the reality of the country we live in. And I'm not saying, I do believe I'm qualified. I know I'm qualified. You won't ever tell me I'm not qualified.
Wait, hold up. Right? This is just crazy. I'm not saying she is not qualified. She might be, right? But now, let's say that I'm the one that hiring, right? You're going to tell me you are qualified for the position. You gotta let me decide. You're not going to tell me, yes, I met all the qualifications. This is nonsense. But let's keep listening.
The system that I live in doesn't matter about my qualifications.
I don't agree, because
when 2025.
Oh, come
I don't think we're there.
on.
You can't go with
That's just not true. That's just not true.
There's a mountain of evidence that suggests that you are wrong. Okay, let's just
Again, I'm a New Yorker, so I'm jaded. I have the Attorney General as a black woman. The mayor's a black man. The head of the Senate is a black man.
Okay, New York is a small representation.
Well, small. New York is not that small.
America. Politics. Let me talk about
every judge I appear before is either a woman or a person of color.
Ashley just gave an anecdote, but the numbers also show black women are one of the most educated demographics in this country and one of the least paid. Why would that make any sense?
Why would that make any sense? And don't talk to me about the judges you stand before. Talk to me about the theory.
Hold on.
Talk to me about the world in which we live in. And
let's look at the United States Supreme Court. How could you say we're not going to look at that from the top to the bottom? And I'm talking about the legal
New York is a more progressive. And we just got a black woman.
Hold up. Let me.
We just got a black woman on the
We
board.
got a black man from the 70s.
You brought up the Supreme Court.
Or the 60s.
Did you know, Arthur, that there are
Hold on. What percentage of it does it represent the United States of America?
Why
does it matter?
Why
we got to go by numbers?
Why is it so hard to acknowledge what she just said?
Why is it so hard?
Why is there only one Italian American?
No, but why is it so hard for you to acknowledge what she just said about black women being the most educated
I
and
did
the most
acknowledge it. I said that's not my experience.
Okay, because you're not a black woman.
No, I'm a New Yorker, and that's
New
not
York
the way
is not representative of the rest of America.
You're correct.
That's also what
it's also the most diversity in the country.
Well, that's exactly. So of course there's more representation in women.
And Scott, I think if you really see, you said something very beautiful. This is your friend. You guys share a lot of the same values. You guys think alike. You guys are literally friends off air. You text, you have good conversations. There is the yes and in that. There is something that says to me that you know what she's saying is true. You think she's smart. You know that she's smart. She's more educated than mostly everyone at this table. And so what she's saying isn't a lie. What she's saying is a real life experience. And so why is it so hard to understand why something like diversity, equity, inclusion needs to be a part of what we do in a system that never even acknowledged a group of people, never saw us as a human commodity, just literally never noticed who we were. And now here we are years later asking for some simple rights, some simple civilities. She's asking to be paid like you get paid. She's asking to be acknowledged. You get acknowledged. And she knows that that is not the case because she is a black woman.
She had a high-ranking position in the White House of the United States of America.
Dear friend,
she is one of the most celebrated political operatives in the country.
Do you know how hard I had to work to get that?
Do you know how hard the son of a garbage man had to work at it? So I'm just telling you.
I'm not saying that. But
talent and work ethic are everything. And that's why I think you're here.
It's not true. It's just not true. It's just not true.
The other thing is, the access to opportunity is, I know you don't want to think that that is true, but access to opportunity is what DEI is supposed to address. And not just when it comes to race, although race is important, but when it comes to women, when it comes to people with disabilities, when it comes to people from different socioeconomic brackets from rural parts of the country.
I think that's the biggest issue. There's different socioeconomic brackets.
So now
we're trying to say that everything is equal just because I say it is, even though all the evidence. Who said everything's equal?
Well, that's literally we're already living in a meritocratic society, is what Scott and his colleagues want to say, when that's actually factually not true.
Do you not think everything is equal?
But I think it's generally.
I think it's
generally true.
So actually, okay.
But I think it'll seek its own level. I don't think the government should be telling us to seek its own level.
But you literally earlier just said
DEI is not about the government. Y'all are talking to private companies and telling them you can't operate
it's about both.
the way you want to operate.
But Arthur, you literally just said, I don't think it will seek itself out, because you literally just said human nature. That's how we operate.
That's right.
Sometimes, which is why the civil rights movement was so important.
I think it's more socioeconomic than it is.
This is why, like, when they talk about like canceling the Department of Education, why they talk about the federal government. The reason why the federal government was so important, particularly for Black people to seek justice in this country, is because it was the one bastion of hope that people had when states took control and they had discriminatory practice laws.
Okay, but
the Supreme Court.
What? How long ago? Tell me how long ago was that? How long ago was that?
We gotta go. We gotta go, but it was not that long ago.
I know. It
was not that long ago.
Yeah,
it was in Ashley's father's lifetime. It was in my parents' lifetime.
Okay, she mentioned something earlier about Black women are the most educated, right? So Black women, they do have more degrees, but that doesn't mean that they are educated. You can have a lot of degrees and you're still dumb. So I would like to know, what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think just because you have a lot of degrees, you're qualified for the position? Also, I want to say thank you to those of you who've been supporting the channel so far. So if you're new to the channel, once again, welcome to the channel. And before you leave, don't forget to do some love to the channel by hitting the like and the sub button if you haven't done so already. Ellis, I'm out.